what is it called, sign-in sheet? These are for you, Harold.
What's that?
I know I'm paperless, but we don't have a
scanner?
whatever, I just figured I'd bring them in.
Okay.
So there you go, I'll flip them upside down so it's more private.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so cool, you can see them coming in on the runway and everything. So cool. No, that one's taken off. That's like being at the airport almost.
Little one in front of it.
Oh.
You guys are so quiet.
I think the door doesn't open.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's someone else.
Can someone grab it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of them out there, right?
yeah, it is. Yep. I think you can push it all the way back. That's how,
Yeah, it's
that's how
taken.
they had it.
My mortgage?
Yes, Ernesto?
This is he.
Hi, Ernesto, how's it going? It's Annie calling from Martin Martin. Please. We asked called a homeowner.
This is the first thing that came up, sorry.
What's offering the market? Looking here is the money asking. How long ago did you get the free on mortgage?
Yes.
Hi, Miss, this is Vanessa.
This is he.
Me asking, how long ago did you get the spray on the mortgage?
Is that me?
Yes.
Yes,
sound like
my
me.
mortgage?
Yes.
Well,
Is this a good one? Do you remember that one?
Your mortgage rate?
it's 3.75.
Okay, well, that's a bit high. Right now it's about 2 to 3%.
Hey,
Maybe
How are
it's
you?
save you around $300 a month for your
Good to
mortgage.
see you.
And I'd love to let you know exactly what your
You didn't have to dress up like that for me. Oh, is it for you
May I put
guys?
the approximate value of your property?
Hey guys.
Hello, everyone. Let's see, 1, 2, 3.
About
4,
375,000.
37.
Close. Oh,
The
Nixon's
value.
this way.
Let me see what's
You gotta
on
sign in the
outside.
sheet, you guys.
Cool.
You guys.
For you, what's the market value right now? What is your property address?
3511 San Juan Avenue.
Do you mind spell the street for me?
What's that?
So I just wanted to
Do you
start off,
mind
you
spelling the
guys.
street
Welcome,
for me?
hello, hello.
Jason?
Jason. Oh,
S-A-N.
okay, nice to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you.
Mr. Mercado.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I wanted to start off by sort of kind of going around and asking you guys a little bit of
What city was that
feedback on either, what do you think about the dining system? Or anything else you can think of that you have a question on, can give feedback on. For those who have not been calling that much, if you can give me feedback on why you think it may be, what's causing you not to call, basically. If it's just life, to say life, not a big deal. But if it's something else, like if you're trying to get on, someone's already on the dialer, or you're calling, you don't really feel comfortable making calls or something like that. You guys mind doing that? Good to see you. Really good to see new faces. So hopefully you guys don't mind. You guys don't have stage fright. We're in sales, so you can't have stage fright. Where's mine at? Just joking. I don't want to talk right now. I can't say that to him. He's like so nice. He'll actually give it. Thank you so much. So basically, just any feedback you want to give whatsoever. But mainly for those, like I said, not calling. Just what's the reason why you're not calling, basically. Because remember, just to reiterate, you guys, I know I have a really cool tie on and everything, but you guys did not come to see my tie. I know that for a fact. I'm not going to even ask you. You came because you like to work together to do a 1-2 punch to close mortgage loans together. You really don't even want to do that. You just want to make a bunch of money. That's really what it is. So there might be something that I'm not thinking of. So that's what I'm thinking of. Let's just go around and give a little feedback. Fair? Cool?
Yeah.
You want to start?
Just feedback.
Just feedback, yeah, just overall. I know you've been calling a lot, so.
I didn't call in the morning.
You mainly call in the morning, that's right,
Yeah, I can have to work and try to spend some more time. I do want to try more time, so I squeeze the time in the morning.
Yeah. Which is perfect, yeah. When you've been on the dialer, you're getting your calls, have you been getting a main rebuttal all the time that you're having a hard time with or something?
A lot of times they say they're already there, or they're busy, or wrong person's name, but I mean, just again, it's just numbers game,
Yeah,
it's a
just-
possibility.
Yeah.
So this one, hang up, I just want to hurry up. You want to hang up faster on me, so I can move on.
Exactly, right? Makes a lot of sense.
Hurry
That
up.
actually makes a lot of
I put
sense.
my mouse on it, hang up, and then I push right away. So I
If
can-
the answer is no, tell me no fast,
Yeah,
so I
fast.
can say yes.
And the thing is, I have a situation that the person is all talking and then, yeah, they're interested. Turns out the balance of the loan is not that high. And they don't want to cash out. They just want to refinance. So at the end, I'm like, oh, I'm wasting my time. So
Yeah.
I should find out at the beginning.
Exactly, yeah. Well, it's at the beginning. It's like the third question on the questionnaire. So after you say, what do you think the value is? You go check the value, and you come back. You say, oh, this is the value I got.
Sometimes
The
you
next
don't-
question is, what's your loan balance?
Sometimes you don't go through a lot. If you keep asking, do you want to cash out? Do you want to cash out? Do I make more money? You don't want to
Well-
talk like that.
What did we talk about today?
You know?
Welcome, Crystal.
Yeah.
We have Crystal, then we have Jason Mercado, that's joining us for the first time. And then, oh my God, my names are so bad. Bad names.
Jennifer.
So, easiest name in the world. Jennifer joined us as well, and she welcome you guys. I'm really happy to see you guys here. So, what were we, remember what we were talking about today? So we were actually discussing, me and Crystal was discussing it today, because I'm up here, I'll be rattling stuff off, and you guys are like, huh, what, say it again, but you guys won't tell me, because you guys understand in the moment, but when it's time to use it, you're like, wait, what the hell was I? So what we were talking about is we got to transcribe it, so you can have it in writing. It makes it a lot easier. Actually, Tara was helping me out with that, and also Jeff. Thank you guys very much. Because a lot of this stuff I'll just know to do, and I don't never write it down because I'll just do it. But obviously if I'm trying to give it to other people, it should be put in writing, so it'll be easier for you. More specifically, what I'm talking about is when they say, well, how much do you charge? We were listening to Christy's deal today, and the customer says, how much do you charge? So we need to be able to just rattle that whole rundown. And you guys probably remember what I said before, right? We're talking about the whole range of rates, starting with a free loan and going down.
Right.
So we have to be able to very clearly explain that to the customer when they ask the question. What were you just saying though? But bottom line is we need to kind of get that stuff in writing. Oh, that's why I started talking about that. It's because I heard Christy, and then maybe you did this too, I don't know. But you're not supposed to say, do you want any cash out? Would you like any cash out? That's
You're
like
not
a big
supposed
no, don't do it that way. So don't flat out
Is it
say.
because we're not licensed or?
No, it's not because of that. It's just because I've done a zillion of these calls. And whenever you ask the customer, are you interested in cash out?
They feel uncomfortable.
They feel uncomfortable, they feel the need to say no, they feel the need to be responsible and say, no, I don't want cash out. Partially also, customers think that when they take cash out or pay off bills, their balance, or excuse me, their payment's gonna go way up. Their balance is gonna go up, but their payment's not necessarily gonna go up. Sometimes it still goes down, depending on the situation. So that's why, remember, I was telling you guys about how to do that. Instead of saying, do you want any cash out? Again, if you guys ask 10 people, do you want cash out? It'd be 8 or 9 that would say no. I mean, a lot of people say no to that. So instead of doing that, you guys remember me saying, hey, we're not gonna run your credit, but if we did run your credit, what am I gonna see on your credit? Do you have any cards? Do you got car payments, credit cards on? And then right there, they should cut you off. Yeah, well, I have the one car. Then you go, okay, is it a Honda Ford? Then they'll tell you, okay, it's a Honda. What's the balance? You're looking for bill, balance, payment.
So the moment you go to the bill session, they have no, then you kind of know, it's not.
That's correct, that's correct.
All right.
It kind of tells you. Now remember, after you ask them what's on their credit, you go after, sometimes this stuff is not on their credit. Solar, if they have any solar. If they owe anything to the IRS, or if they have student loans. So ask them those 3 things as well, in addition to what's on their credit. And then on top of that, if it's a no, then one good reason to take cash out of your house is to upgrade your house. You know, really good reason, because remember, if you're actually upgrading your house, you're making the value go up usually. So you're sort of making your house look prettier, I mentioned. Prettier so you can live in it, but at the same time, you're actually gaining equity in your house as well, which is actually gaining money. Equity is money.
Late payments can kill the deal too.
No, we can do late payments. It just depends. Depends on the whole scenario. But was that your question?
On the mortgage, late's on the mortgage.
Correct. They can sometimes have up to 2 and still be fine. Late's meaning after 30 days, of course, you guys. Okay. So anyway, when you're talking about cash out, I know you're trying to get to the point because you're trying to say, okay, he has a $220,000. We only do 300 and above. So hey, you want cash out? But still do it that way. Still, do you have any bills? Or say like, we're not going to run your credit, but if I did, what am I going to see on there? And then you take inventory of what's on there. And then from there, you don't have to ask them, do you have any bills? They just now told you, and they give you the whole rundown, and you have their payments. So now I'm paying $3,000 per month, and my bill is about $1,500 per month. Now you can say, oh wow, you're paying about $4,500 per month. And then right there you'll say, I'll give you an option of not paying anything off, just lowering the payment and the rate. And then I'll give you another option of paying everything off, and you can choose which one makes the most sense to you. Okay. So make sure you say it that way. You're not even asking them. you're telling them to give you both scenarios. Remember, they'll be okay with that because you're not shoving paying off debt down their throat. You're just saying, I'm gonna give you both scenarios and you can choose.
Harold, can I just add something to that?
Sure.
There's also mechanics liens on the house. Or
Seconds and
other,
stuff.
other liens that they may or may not even know about. As a matter of fact, I was just texting my client, Jose. He wants 25,000 out. He sent everything except 4 or 5 documents today. So he wants 25K out to pay off a 10.25% interest rate, $23,000 lien or loan that's added to his taxes over the next 10 years. And I think it's like interest only payments for 10 years. So it's kind of goofy, and he wants to get rid of that right away. So he's taking 25K out to pay that off.
Usually you can dig. Remember, if you're talking to someone, you're gonna get all these no's, take me off your list, right? But if you're talking to someone that's kind of interested, but they have a 220 loan amount, you might as well take your time with them and see if you can kind of just dig a little bit, see if there's any other. Sometimes they do have other things they want to do, but they can't think of it because you just off the spur of the moment, call them. They weren't expecting your call. So you got to just suggest different things, you know.
So you want the loan above 300?
Yeah, so I've been bending that rule because I know a lot of you guys are looking at me like, I wish I could just kill her. Why does he have to make that rule? But I've been bending the rules for Darcy, for Nick. But when Darcy got paid, she got $4,000, just under $4,000. I want you guys to get more than that. And then Nick got it was like 35, 36, or something like that. So it's under that amount that when I first met you guys, I was saying around, about 4,000. So I just want to keep it high. And then sometimes when you have the lower loan amounts, don't ask me why. Those are the ones that give me the hardest problems.
Yeah.
And I'm the one over here doing all the work on the back end, So that's the other reason. So if it's between 2 and 3, and it's not that hard, it doesn't look that hard, it's pretty clean, I might make an exception on that, but I really don't want to touch those. We're splitting this 50-50, so it's going to be half of that. Thank you, Ann. Kern?
I haven't started calling it, but I will tomorrow.
Okay. Any reason that?
No,
that you're
just-
not- life?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really life.
Okay, I got you. What we were doing is we were going to go around and just basically, for those who are not calling, if you could just kind of give me feedback. If it's just life, then you don't have to go into details. But if it's something else, I try to get on and there's not enough seats or something like that, just share it with me. So I might be able to make things a little bit better. And then for those who are calling, just any other feedback that you have. I get up here every week and just blab the whole time everyone leaves. This time I want to hear from you guys a little bit. So kind of give some thought to that. You're not calling it.
No, I haven't started
We just now met less than a week ago, right?
Yeah.
So that third day was going to be just calling on a dialer. You haven't got a chance to jump on?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I'm hoping I do tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay, I was going to say, when we do the training, a lot of times the third training, usually about 3 days, the third day of training is just literally just getting on the dialer, calling right in front of me. That way, if you have any questions, I'll be right there to answer the questions. But you don't have to come the third day. You can just literally call from home and do it that way as well. And that's what Jennifer was going to do, so cool. I'm sort of also doing this because I want to remind you guys, I think I mentioned it last week as well.
Hi,
that-
Jennifer. I think I sent you a message. Christina.
Okay.
That
Or
we're
yours,
only,
right, I think in the picture.
Is it?
girl talk. Thanks, Chrissy. Sorry, we're only working together. We're only here every week to do this venture together. Doing mortgage loans together. So 2 things: if you're not attending the meetings and you're not calling, I more than likely like you guys. But we can go hang out at a bar or something, and we can do that. But I mean, what's the need to come here and meet if we're not calling? So don't want to beat a dead horse on that, and that's why I wanted to kind of ask you guys some feedback. 'Cause maybe it's something that I'm just overlooking. Okay. Oh, you're gonna kill me. Greg, oh my lord. I always get the easy names. I call it the easy names.
All right. I have not started calling life. I think I do want to do one more
One more training?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. And that's what I'm gonna say, if, we're already done everything else, right? So when you come, you probably just jump on the dialer, like right in front of me, unless you wanna do a few role playing more, we can do that as well. But yeah, we could do that. Are you available this week? Tomorrow?
Not tomorrow, but Thursday or Friday.
Okay, perfect, sounds good.
Just text me, or I'll text you tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good, perfect. I really wanna hear from you, cause Angel, I was like, man, this guy's gonna do 20 deals a month. Angel's really good on the computer. You can sit up, Angel's really good on the computer. He's super articulate. He's already super business. And I know you have something else going on.
Right.
So go ahead.
I've been getting a lot of other work for my other job, and like, so I've been onboarding a lot of clients, and I've just been like overwhelmed.
I got you.
So I really want to do it.
Yeah. No, I kind of I saw that basically, that you had your other gig going, but what do you think? You think you might be able to squeeze? And I was going to say also your call schedules, you guys, if it's going to be where you're trying to fit it in with something else, just why don't you try it like once or twice a week or something like that. Don't give me, I'm going to try to do, 3 hours a day or something like that if it's overwhelming. That was going to be my suggestion. I think I heard that from 1 or 2 people that, hey, I tried, but it's just too much of my other job. So if I were you, I would just try every Saturday morning or something like that.
Okay.
Or maybe twice a week or something like that.
Right.
Just jump on, get the hang of it, and you might see that if you pop a deal or two,
Yeah.
it might like, wait, I don't know what I was doing over here, but you might start doing that more.
I plan on doing it, and I've been kicking myself.
No, like I said, just keep in contact, let me know. And Earl, right?
Right,
Okay.
yeah. Well, we had that computer mishap, so
Oh, whatever happened with that?
I have no idea.
No, I mean, is it okay now?
No, it's not okay, so I need to figure out, am I gonna repair that or get a new computer, and it's a real dilemma, so it's an issue right there.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Gotta
so
have a
I'm without a
computer.
computer,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna fix that, I'll figure it out, but,
I have these old desktop computers. I have about 10 of them, but I wouldn't suggest them.
no, I need to get another laptop or either have that one repaired.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your computer?
I have no idea, we were using it, we were at his place and something went wrong.
Well, is that gonna hold you back for a while, or what do you think?
I don't know, I'm gonna get one, I'm shopping for one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Good, okay. All right, well, that's I don't know, I don't have the solution to that except give you one of our desktops, but
no, I want my own personal computer.
yeah.
That's the way to go for me.
Okay, all right, thanks, Earl. Thanks for sharing, you guys. What's up, Nick?
I'm back.
I'm not gonna go easy on you, Nick.
You don't have to. Back from the dead, man. Nah, but I've got my other company that I do. You know that. Now I end up moving, and I'm painting and stuff. It sucks. But yeah.
Oh, you moved?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was in Irvine. Now I'm in Fountain Valley. But all this is getting wrapped up. So I thought I was gonna be on the phone tonight. So if we get out of here timely, I'm on the phone. I gotta get some deals.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
So we got the one done.
Yeah, we got.
I'm gonna
Nick's
make.
still done.
I need to see this real before I get to it. So
Yeah. Well,
you
that
proved
makes
it's real. So now I get to it.
Yeah, and if you can maybe share like how it kind of went. So we collaborate as a team. So you get the deal, I get on the phone and I close it because I can quote rates, right? So I'll get on the phone and I'll quote the rates to the customer. And then it's your customer / my customer. We just work together. We work together. So it's not gonna, I want to make it very clear because some people have a little ambiguity there, that it's not my customer, and it's not all the way your customer, it's both of our customers. So I don't want you to think, oh, well, I got the application and I got the docs in. If the customer might like your voice, they might hate my voice, right? You guys did something to get their application and their docs in. So I'm totally open to talking to the customer. I'm never shy about talking to the customer. But remember, you don't want me to step in and mess your deal up, right? So if you have rapport with the customer, keep that going, like your deal. And it was kind of tough because the guy was sort of relating to me. Like I was talking to the customer and he was fine, he was making jokes and everything. So I just kept on going, and it's almost like you completely got out of the picture all the way. And I didn't want to turn around and go backwards and throw it back into your court.
Right.
And you would have been like, I don't know, let me ask her, you
So
know.
what happened to the fiance?
Long story short on this file, it was actually a good one, but it was two issues. One, the customer was asking for something impossible. So he was asking for 3.625 for free, which we actually can do, but we wouldn't make anything. So 3.625. He currently has a loan with Loan Depot. Loan Depot called them and said, hey, we can readjust your rate for free, no appraisal. So it's not a whole lot we can do there because we do need an appraisal. And I was able to get it down to 3.625. We lowered our origination way down and barely did it, but we wouldn't make very much at all. But I offered it because I wanted to steal the deal from them. Along with a second scenario. The second scenario was paying all their debt off. And I'm telling you that they were saving $180 something with their deal. And with the deal I gave them, they were saving between $600 and $700 per month. So, and most of our brains were like, that's a no-brainer. And the husband was like, yeah, I think I want to do that. And then he waited and he waited and he finally said, okay, fine, I'm gonna do it. And Loan Depot's not getting back to me. Fine, and he sent me the credit card authorization.
Right.
I ordered the appraisal, I submitted it, we got an approval within a day. So we have an approval on him right now. And then he sends me a text and says, oh, the wife didn't know that I was doing all this, and she just wanted to lower the rate. She didn't want to pay all the bills off, and happy wife, happy life,
Actually,
and all that good stuff.
can I tell you what happened?
Well, I don't want to embellish on that too much. So, but the bottom line is, when we're doing the deals together, I want you guys to still stay in the mix throughout the process because we want it to make it to the finish table, to the finish line. So I'll jump in as much as I can to help out, but I think it's smarter for you. You built the rapport, you got the stuff in, so keep that going throughout the whole process. Okay. So with the Knicks deal, I think we collaborate perfectly on that one. And he couldn't win with me and Nick on the team. It's Shaq and Kobe over here. Wait, which one's which? But he was really annoying. He was a very annoying person. Go ahead.
We just tried to cancel a handful of times, but
Handful?
handful.
2 handfuls?
But that's one of the things about our business. It was another Loan Depot steal, but it's like when they want to cancel, just keep talking. You're gonna see if, like, you heard my call, but you'll hear when I'm on the phone, I don't hear no. They'll tell me no, I just don't even hear it. It's like, Nick, no, what? Just keep talking. They don't want to talk to you, keep talking, let them hang up on me. Because we're phone salespeople, right? And so the bottom line is you're not being rude, but I'm more than happy you can hang up on me in the conversation, but I just keep on talking.
That's right.
And so even with this guy, he'd say no, whatever, I just keep going. He'd tell Harold no. Harold forwards me the text, I get him back on the line, it's like, hey, let me reel back in. But in the end, when Harold talked to him, I talked to him, then he wants to talk to Harold instead of me, and he's kind of like, well, put the deal back together, we put it back together, but then when he liked it, he was the nicest guy ever after that game.
Yeah.
So it's just that weird finding what he wanted, Harold and I going back and forth collaborating, and in the end, he got what he wanted, we got what we wanted.
It was a really good deal. The customer had a really good deal out of that.
We could have gotten more smoke into that he wanted to.
If he wanted it,
Yeah.
that other stuff off. But yeah, good job on that. Hopefully we can do a lot more just like that. Christy?
Yes.
Now Christy, of course, she's probably the one that calls the most out of everyone in the room. It was Darcy. Darcy had a death in the family. So she's been out, but she should be here next week. But she's taken the reins. And I'm really, really proud of Christy because I didn't know at first, but it was only because she had her other job. And I didn't really understand it, but I understand it now because it was just too much for her to do that and to really focus on both. So now that she's focused on this 100%, oh man, I was so proud of you today. We were listening to,
I love it.
me and Crystal was listening to a call today, and the customer goes, well, how much do you guys charge? And I was like, I wonder if she's gonna say it. And you basically said it right. She kept cutting me off. Yeah.
As much as you got,
Yeah, all that writing stuff down paid off, I guess.
as
so.
much as we possibly can.
I was telling him, I said, you know what, movie stars that make $1 million or whatever, I said what they do is, honey, they memorize their script and then they do their show
Yeah,
first.
that's true. That's very, very true. Any feedback?
Well, I do kind of at the point kind of have the script memorized. I've read the rebuttals, the answers, like, I don't think I qualify. And I literally, like, what I tell him is just, like, instead of sitting there and going, like, on Monday morning, I didn't want to call at all. And I was like, I don't want to do this. Oh my God, I still don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do this. I don't wanna do this. So I put the script on the screen and I read word for word, like, may I speak to Harold, please? Hi, good afternoon. How's your day going? This is Christina calling in regards to your mortgage loan. And I said, just do it. If you just do your script, then it's professional, and then that means you're doing your job. And I said, so I just did it, and that's what I do. I tell myself in my head, well, if you just read the script, just follow the script, and keep going and going, then eventually you have to weed through the 90% of no's just for the 10% of hallelujah yeses. But you have to weed through them, because if you think about it, all the people, the cold calls that I get on a daily basis, I'm like, click, 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 or like no, or no's.
Yeah.
You know, I try to think, put yourself in their position, right? And then I go, oh, okay, well, somebody's gonna say yes.
Yeah.
And when I finally get somebody that's yes, that's gonna be my deal. So if I just do like 5 of those a month,
Yeah.
then I can,
Oh, if you do 5 a month.
make good money.
Yeah, you're gonna be really. So,
You just gotta read it, even though it's uncomfortable for him to read it. It's like when he does, it's like.
It was like that.
yeah,
He's
come on, give him a break.
He's like this. It's horrible. It's like, are you kidding? God, please, just
No,
read
that's
it.
everybody when they start. That's everybody. They gotta literally get the marbles out. So,
It's the truth. If you just read the script, eventually you get a yes.
on that point, please do, when you guys first start calling, just read it word for word at first, please.
And I learn a little every morning. I go on bankrate.com, just look at the 10 years, look at the 15 years, and look at 30 years, just to see what's going on, to keep myself mentally informed. When I have time in between at lunch to read like what mortgage is doing every day.
But remember, when they say, what's your rate? The average loan officer looks at stuff like that, and they'll say, oh, well, today it's, remember, we don't do it that way, you guys. Remember, if they say, what's your rate, we're talking about that range of rates. That's the way we do it. And that's why we're able to say that the next lender over here says 4%, 4.25, but we can say 3.25 because we have that range of rates. So good job, Chris, you guys.
So how much do we charge? What's the
Anybody, please, anybody? Make me proud, make me proud. Can anybody answer that?
A range of rates,
Mm-hmm.
starting at 3.25 or?
No, starting with the absolute free loan, slightly higher rate of payment, going on down to, oh, you wrote it down?
It's in the rebuttals that you emailed to us. And if you print it out and have it in hand, it makes it easy to just literally say this.
Just read it, yeah.
Very good question. You will see with us that we have an absolute free loan, which means you won't pay a penny out of your pocket. But then, we'll give you a few other options where you do pay a little, but your rate and payment is much lower. So we'll give you
That's right, I
a
did write
few
it out.
different
Look at that.
options.
Yeah, that's
How
right.
much do you think your property value is? And then you
Take
go right
pictures of
back
that.
into the script and you ask, how much is your property value? What's your mortgage balance? And then you just go to the questionnaire and you literally have to, oh, by the way, thanks for giving me all your information.
Can somebody
If you
get
don't mind, can I
Jose
email
a
you a
chair?
little bit about me? And it just,
This is only chair.
Right here.
Nailed it.
So, I saw that she shut you down when you said, great question, and then she said something else, she cut you off, and then she said, and you said, well, great question, you started again. You just have to sort of be sometimes faster than these customers, because they'll cut you off. But thank you, Christy, I'm very, very proud of you. And thank you for working with Scott as well, because he just got his first app today. So good job, good job. What do you think, Scott? What kind of feedback can you give?
No, you just get more comfortable in doing it.
Yeah, and you actually have a really
Yeah, I'm
good
not the
mentor.
expert
Yeah.
until the honey.
Christy is so
She
great
keeps me
because
motivated.
nothing can get her upset on the phone, I swear. Like, I mean, maybe she is, but it doesn't show. She's like, oh, okay. Everything's like, don't ever call me again. I'm off a cliff. Jose, what we're doing is giving a little feedback. If you haven't been on the dialer, it's fine, you know, if life happens for everybody, things come up, but if you can give us feedback, maybe there's something that I'm not knowing why you're not on, so I'm sort of just going around and give a little feedback. Stuart,
Yeah, I haven't been able to get on as much as I'd like. You know.
I've heard you on
But,
though.
yeah, I've been on and I know it's gonna work. I've had enough good calls. I mean, I haven't gotten happy or anything, but to know that if I just do it more, it'll happen.
When we were listening to yours, it was me, Art, and Earl, I think. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It just seemed like you needed the rebuttals.
Yeah.
Looking at the rebuttals a little bit better. Because
Right.
you were like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
have a good day.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I could tell that you just didn't know what to say in response. so.
Exactly.
Anything else?
What about, I'm working on pre-qualifying a borrower for a purchase. Is that something?
Yeah, me too,
About-
I'm working on one too.
So-
Yeah, so we asked them, do they have someone helping them on the real estate side? So make sure we ask that. And
Okay.
if they say yes, ask them, have they signed a contract with them?
I could actually help them as a buyer's agent, but they're in Northern California and it's like Sonoma County. I don't know anything about that up there. And, I wouldn't have them
Yeah, unless you know someone out there, you can kind of.
to do a co-listing or a
So
co.
that's fine, but then if we're not gonna handle the real estate transaction, make sure you get the realtor's contact information. So you get their contact information.
Right, yeah, you know, and then a letter and it'll have you from you and all that, so I need.
Yeah, we'll do the pre-qual and all that. So yeah, absolutely, we do purchases, you guys. I actually got a purchase in today. Customer has the house already, which is sometimes a big part of the problem on purchases, because you get you're going in circles for a month sometimes, trying to find a house. Oh, I thought I liked that one, I don't like it. So that takes forever. But this person already has a house, she's willing to put 20% down, which that's also another problem. Everyone wants to do 100% financing or 5% down, and she has a good score and everything, so yeah. But, sorry, were you done?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, Stuart. So, you think you might